Hey guys, it's Dr. Drake 63 here today, and I am going to today talk about a new scope that we're going to be trying out probably this weekend. And this is a hunting scope. That's what it's meant for. It is the Burris 3x9 40 millimeter with a 1-inch tube, and let's get right at it. Burris is a new product for me. I've not tried this before. I've heard good things about them. And this is what we're looking at. This is exactly what I want in a hunting scope. Plain Jane, no frills. I like a matte finish. And this particular one is what's called a Droptine. And what does Droptine mean? Well, as showed you in the box earlier, it means that your reticle looks like this right here. So you basically pick your zero where the crosshairs meet, and then calculated on distances, you know what your holdover needs to be based on going out. Now, I typically hunt at distances inside 300 yards and rarely have shots that are less than 150. I hunt out west mule deer, and so I need a scope that's going to be durable, one that's going to have coated glass, one that's going to be waterproof, and one that can take a bit of a banging. And this particular one right here is supposedly going to fit the bill for all of that. Taking a look just at the turret adjustments, I like the fact that these are good size caps. And you're going to see that it's a no frills, 1 click equals 1/4 inch at 100 yards basically. And you can see right there you get a starting position with your zero. And basically what that's telling me is I've got up to about 17 inches of adjustment at 100 yards, in this case in the elevation. Certainly don't expect to need that, but we'll zero it we'll get it on paper at 25 yards and do some calculations. But a couple things I liked about this compared to some other scopes: it's got a deliberate, easy to feel click, and you probably can't hear that because it's a faint sound, but it's a deliberate click. In other words, I can feel it without any trouble at all when it's clicked one time, and that's real important to me when you're making adjustments. I did compare this to the Bushnell Trophy Hunter, which was a little bit cheaper than this one. This one was about 130 bucks. And the Trophy Hunter is a good scope. One of my kids uses it and has good results with that, out to 300 yards or so, as far as I've seen him take a deer with it. But the clicks on that were way too easy to manipulate, and I don't like that. I like to get the thought that the recoil from around like a 270 or 30-06 or something like that is not going to potentially make it easy to move that. These are made in the Philippines. I know there's a lot of guys who are like, hey, if it ain't in the U.S., I don't want it. But, you know, Philippines, whatever, if it works, I'm good with it. And these do have a lifetime warranty that comes with them. But just in terms of overall, the glass is clear. It's probably not going to come up in real good focus here, shooting at a wall that's, aiming at a wall that's 2 feet in front of me. But it's got nice clear glass. Like I said, nice smooth lines. And budget scopes are not what they used to be. I mentioned the Trophy Hunter that one of my sons uses. He's had real good success with this. I just personally did not like the feel of the click adjustments, and with the proper eye relief, not quite as clear glass as I saw in this Burris. You know, here's kind of the gold standard right here is this Leopold. And I like a real simple reticle. This is a 3x9x40, and this is probably a better scope than this, but for my uses, probably not. I'd probably trust this one a lot more out at 500 and 600 yards. But I've been surprised by these budget scopes. I really have. And, you know, it used to be, well, whatever you spend on your rifle, you should plan on spending at least as much or more on your glass, or you're not going to get good results. I've noticed over the years that's not the case. The most accurate rig I've owned ever is a budget rifle, Remington 783 that I got in 2013. I put a Bushnell banner on it, which is a step or two below this one, and immediately out of the box with 270 Winchester, I'm getting results in the neighborhood of 3/8 of an inch group, and that thing's held at 0, been dropped, rolled down hills, all sorts of weather, and held at 0. And another one of my sons took a couple deer on some pretty windy conditions over 250 yards. So I'm a believer that you don't have to drop big bucks on a scope as long as you understand your hunting limitations. I mentioned that Bushnell banner on the Remington 783. Here is that first group I ever shot at 100. Budget rifle, budget scope, but these days that does not mean you don't get accuracy. One of the things I think you do want to invest a little bit of money, and these are about $50, is in your rings and in your bases. And this particular scope is going to go on a Mauser M18 in 270 that I'm supposed to get delivery on here in a couple days. Hopefully get out this weekend and get a chance to shoot it. But if you use lightweight aluminum rings, things like that, you may be disappointed. And so I will spend some money on the rings. Because no matter how good your scope is, if you don't have it properly mounted and securely mounted to your rifle, you're not going to get the full effect anyway. But I've seen that these scopes that are in the $100 to $200 range, like this, have been really good. Again, hunting out to about 300 yards, shooting at a deer. Now, would I want to use that kind of setup for target shooting out to 600-700 yards? Well, no, because that's a different world, and a lot of times you're in a real stationary situation. But an inch doesn't matter at 300 yards. An inch matters a lot when you go out a lot farther, though, because that inch becomes 2, 3, 4, or whatever. But I'm going to give you an honest review of this. We're going to attach it to that Mauser when it comes in, and when it does, I am going to most definitely use this product right here, which I've recently started using. It is a non-stinky, perfect for the woods, non-abrasive gun wax, York's wax for guns and armor. And I'll be doing a video on some of their other products at some point. But if you're interested in trying this stuff, you can get 10% off. Just go to yorkswax.com's website, use promo code DDRAKE. You get 10% off on whether you order one or a bunch of them, but it's good stuff. I'd like to thank you for joining me. This is just a simple unboxing video. Looking forward to seeing how this Burris goes. Like I said, I've heard good things about them. They do make more expensive scopes. Don't think that I need one for my uses, though, and most of you don't either, considering that the average deer taken in the U.S. is something like 75 yards. Heck, if you're in a tree stand, you probably don't want a scope at all unless you're shooting down a power line or something. But when you're getting out where you're going to have those 100 yards, 200, 300 yard shots, you need something that's going to be dependable and hold up, and this is one of those things. I'm going to have to tell you about that over time, obviously. And unfortunately, this year's hunt's over. So it's going to have to be wait and see. But I'll put a lot of rounds through this, and we'll have some discussion videos. I'll let you know how it does in conjunction with that Mauser M18, which I'm real excited about. But this is the Burris. It's 3x9 Droptine. It's a 1-inch tube. Check it out. This is Dr. Drake 63 saying thanks for watching.